Lights go cold when she blinks twice. Heartbeat skipping, call it fate. She's the silence at your gate. Jawline cut like a guillotine. Got that stare that feels obscene. Painted lips, deadly kiss. Wouldn't wanna die like this. Or maybe I would. Oh no, here comes trouble. Wrapped in silk, sharp as knuckles. She's the type to make you beg while she's dancing on your neck. Killer looks, she don't miss. Beauty laced with a hitman's kiss. Venom high on cherry lips. Say your prayers, she's apocalypse. Pretty hurts, but this one burns. Touch her once, you'll never learn. She's a flame you wanna feel, so hot it kills. Yeah, she kills. Twisted smile, perfume dark. Lights a match just for the spark. Carries chaos in her grin. Wears your secrets on her skin. Laughs in red, bleeds in black. Never once looked back. Hearts obey, minds resist, but no one leaves a grip like this. She's a doll with a twist. Black lace boots and a hit list. Smile sharp, mind insane. You're just a toy in her little game. Killer looks, she don't miss. Beauty laced with a hitman's kiss. Venom high on cherry lips. Say your prayers, she's apocalypse. Pretty hurts, but this one burns. Touch her once, you'll never learn. She's a flame you wanna feel, so hot it kills. Yeah, she kills. Yeah, she kills. Yeah, she kills.
Happy Saturday, everyone. I hope you're all having an amazing weekend. I don't normally do Saturdays. It's a different experience. I almost didn't do it. Don't have shit planned to talk about. We're just going to wing it. We're just going to roll with it and see what happens. Can't get into trouble that way, right? Let's say hello. I know there's like all kinds of craziness going on. We're going to get into that, though. We're going to get into the beautiful insanity of it all. Hello, Mark, Dragon Spirit, Lickety, Amy, Libby, Truth Herds. Woo! Yeah, I usually go live at inconvenient times for a lot of people, but I get it, you know. Gotta do what I gotta do. Seahawk, hello. Freeside, Regina. So, yeah, before we get into whatever we're going to get into, Lips, ma'am, I'm going to address you one last time to let you know, do not address me, do not talk to me, do not talk about me. I have nothing to say to you on this platform anymore. Anything that I have to say will be handled appropriately. I will, however, continue to share any of your community posts that I deem relevant. Now, that could mean if I need to correct a lie or a mistruth or something that you just don't know what you're talking about, I will share that. Hey, Prime. I will also share things that I think are of importance when it comes to documenting your patterns of behavior. So what I do is I take a screenshot of your original post because that shows the time and the date that you posted it. Then I share it and I take a screenshot of the shared post. That way, if you delete it, then there's a record of the full picture, not just bits and pieces. I am always 2 steps ahead of you, girlfriend. So stop talking about me. Hello to everyone who has come in. I don't expect that there's going to be a lot of people. I want you guys enjoying the weather and spending time with your families, and you can always come back and listen to me babble later. So, over the past few days, I have noticed that a certain case is back in the spotlight. And don't get me wrong, I would love nothing more than for everyone to have closure when it comes to finding this baby girl. It is long overdue. That being said, I think everyone needs to just kind of slow their roll this time around and maybe be smart about the way we discuss things, the way we kick around theories. And I'm not like referring to anyone in particular, so don't go running around saying, oh my gosh, CJ was talking about this person, because I'm not. It's just an observation as a whole. I think people get caught up in the excitement of it and just people want so much to believe in every little thing that they hear. And I have seen people literally go bonkers over this case and like really lose their minds because they spend so much time just completely immersed in all of the details, and there are plenty. There is just constant information to comb through and try to piece it all together and make sense of it. And I get it. I get it. Everyone wants answers. But at the end of the day, everyone just needs to kind of chill a little bit because it is still an active investigation. And I think that we have all seen how it went the first go round, right? Where everyone just gets all crazy and shit gets twisted. And then you have people like Ziggy. Yes, girl, I am looking at you because you made a whole ass of yourself last night. Like, you take all of the shitty choice in husband and all the, like, the chaos surrounding your newly married life here, because you're in the middle of this case, whether you want to be or not. And you just go adding in all this other stuff. Like the shit you said last night, that was foul as fuck. I'm just going to say it. I am pissed at you for what you said last night. I've been like on the fence about you for quite some time. And you get to a point where you kind of redeem yourself, and I'm trying to have respect for you again. And then you go and do something like you did last night. And that just wasn't cool. Like, you yourself have battled with substance abuse. And I think that it's quite possibly still a predominant factor in your life. I don't really pay that much attention to you, nor am I here to judge that. You do you, boo. But to sit there and try to take that man's sobriety away from him last night, that was just wrong on so many levels. And sadly, that's like another insanity loop that we see around here. Like, I see so many people who have been in those situations, be it alcoholism or drug abuse or like an sex addiction or shopping addiction, what have you. If you love to eat chalk and you just can't stop, whatever your vice is, to know firsthand what the struggle is like, for you to then turn around and say some of the most foul shit and make some of the most horrible accusations about people. It's just beyond me. Like, that is just that's tacky. Yeah, the whole like, oh, your mom's out of town, you must be on drugs. Like, what the fuck? I don't care how mad you are. Okay, let's break it down. If we want to get to the bottom of it, right? If we really want to get to the whole nonsense of it. You are, one, talking about a missing child's case, right? So to even go to like accusing someone of something like that while you're talking about a child's case is pretty gross. But then knowing that the strides and the accomplishments that man has made over the past 19 months. I mean, he fought the fight, and it's not easy. Anyone who has ever seen anyone go through that battle or gone through it themselves knows that it's an uphill climb constantly. You never know what the next day is going to bring. You can wake up with the best intentions that you won't use, that you won't take that drink. But you know what? Life has a way of throwing curveballs at you, and any day, any day you could lose it all. So fuck you, Ziggy, for saying that, for even putting that out into the universe. Because if he wasn't as strong as he is, you could have sent him over the edge with that comment. You could have tempted him, you nasty little snake, you. So that was wrong. And then threatening to call his probation officer. Are you kidding me? Like, you just took everything that all of us complain about in a person on YouTube and you just flung it out all at once. All in one shot, you covered all the bases in your ickiness. I agree, truth hurts. That I don't have it, so I can't share it. If one of the mods could drop the link to Benny's video that he uploaded this morning, like, he said it perfectly. He could have reacted in anger and he didn't. And that right there, Ziggy, should show you how far he has come, because a couple of years ago, he would have ripped your head off and not even thought twice about it. He would have had you crying by the end of today. But he's grown, right, as a person, as a human being. I have mad respect for him. And I always did, even when I couldn't stand him, even when I wanted to punch both of his eyeballs. I still had respect for him. Like, there was something that made me start watching him to begin with, right? And oh my God, he used to make me so mad. Like, I feel like we must have been siblings in a past life, because it's like that kind of love hate that I used to have for him. But I mean, if I ever went missing, I'd want him, like, spread the word, buddy. Spread the word. Ziggy, you stay away from it. I don't need your help. Thank you, Kaz. And you know, he's had to respond to like a couple of different negative situations since he's been back. And people just want to like get all pissy when he gets up there, you know, with the rotation, okay? And he wants to have a good time and just joke around and be lighthearted and fun for a little bit. People are getting mad about that. You know, they either want him all serious all the time or all shenanigans all the time. Can't people just have a happy medium? I'm trying to scroll up. Oh, Prime probably doesn't know who Ziggy is. Oh, I don't even know where to begin. Like, she came on the scene at the beginning of the Summer Wells case. Her channel blew up rather quickly. And from what I can remember, like, she had issues with Benny from Jump Street. Because I remember one of her first lives, I went in her chat and he was like in there giving her a hard time too. And then he and I started arguing. It was a whole thing. And then, like, for some reason after that, you know, she got like really full of herself when her channel started growing and she started raking in all this money. And then she got in a little too deep, I think, is what happened. And then her information became shoddy, to put it mildly, and her credibility started being questioned. So then her channel started tanking and people started disliking her, and then with that came a loss of money. And so there was always a crisis, from what I remember. She always needed money for this and that. And hey, I'm all for, sometimes you just need a little help, right? But it was like a constant. And then there was rumors of scams, and it was just a big mess. So that is Ziggy in a nutshell, Prime. Happy hunting. Oh, and she does tarot readings too if you want to have your cards read. And hey, you don't even have to go to her and ask because she is such an ethical practitioner of the craft that she doesn't, you don't even need to ask her. She will take it upon herself to read your cards for you without your permission, which is usually a no thing to do. Especially, like, you don't want just some rando person reading your cards completely unaware. You don't know if that person has grounded themselves or cleansed themselves or what kind of bad juju they're hanging on to. Like, you don't want that energy transferred over to you in your life. You got to be careful with that stuff. Ziggy, you can't just be running around reading everyone's cards left and right. Can't happen. Hey, Nick. Nick survived her daughter's Sweet 16 party. It looked like it was an amazing time. The cheese survived until showtime. That was an accomplishment. Yes, your cards, your tarot cards, where she can like pull out her deck of super duper magical cards and read your fortune, basically. She can tell you where you're going right in life, where you're going wrong, what you need to do, when you're going to fall in love, how many babies you're going to have. She'll tell you all those things. But just know that any person with ethical standards would not do that. Magic the Gathering cards. Are you into that Pokemon card stuff, Prime? Do you do that? Are you one of those guys? Hey, Felice. I mean, there's nothing wrong with one of those guys, right? Like, there's money to be made in those cards, from what I understand. Oh my gosh, my dogs are going ape shit. Sorry. Give Ziggy a reading in magic cards. My son, he does the Pokemon cards, and like he got some packs the other day, and there was a $78 card in there, and he spent like $10 on the pack. So, I mean, those cards are rare, from what I understand. You don't get cards like that very often. He's tried to teach me a little bit about it, but I don't think I'm a very good student when it comes to that stuff. I'm outside with the dogs, so we're just going to have to deal with them barking because the neighbor dog is outside. So, yeah, he's trying to teach me about the cards, and so he's got, like, for every high dollar card he has, he's got about 150 cards that are worth like 10 cents. Oh, no, you have a whole cake left. Well, you can take some to work at the job you don't have, and everyone's just going to eat cake for dessert. I always do that for every kid event I've ever thrown. I overbuy for food because I never want a kid to go hungry at my house or at an event that I'm hosting. Like, I never want anyone to go home hungry. Because you never know. You never know which one of those kids, that might be the best food they've gotten in a long time. I always try to be mindful of that. And if I have too much, I usually send some home with people. I'm trying to think, there was something else that I saw going on that I wanted to talk about. Oh, these pop-up freaking channels. Like, we've got channels disappearing, channels popping up. It's like that one game, that freaking whack-a-mole game. One goes down, one pops up. I can't keep track of them. Just because I don't like all you people doesn't mean that I don't enjoy watching you sometimes. It's hard to keep up with, though, when your channels are going down and you're popping up over here and over there. Give a girl some warning. Yep, that's like my biggest nightmare is running out of food at an event. God, that would be awful. And I always do stuff like the candy bars with like just a big sweet table with I make all kinds of strawberries and homemade candy and cake pops. Like I really go overboard, but I'm at home, so I have time to do stuff like that, I guess. This week, I know a lot of people are probably getting ready for the holidays coming up. Has everyone gotten their houses decorated for Christmas yet? Mine is not done. I have a lot to do, but I'll get it done pretty quickly. I don't know. It's been so warm here the past couple of weeks. It was supposed to get cold. It hasn't yet. Got cold for a few days, and I thought, man, this is going to be great because I'm going to be all in the Christmas spirit. It's hard to get into the Christmas spirit when it's like 78 degrees outside. I can stay live probably for another 30, 45 minutes. I don't know. I really have to think of stuff to talk about. So this week, that's what I'm going to be doing is finishing up the decorating, cooking for Thanksgiving. We're going to do some crafts and some baking while Mini-Me is out of school. I just realized that the tone of my voice, I sound like such a Karen mom. What else are we going to do? We're going to make salt dough ornaments. I don't know if anyone has ever made those. Super easy. It's literally just flour and water. Remember to add the salt. That's what turns it into dough. Otherwise, you just have glue. Super easy. Make a big batch of dough. Get some Christmas cookie cutters, or you can freehand it. Make your ornaments. And you remember to put a little hole in it so you can tie some ribbon or whatever to hang it on the tree. I bake mine at 300. I usually eyeball it. It takes about between 5 to 10 minutes depending on the thickness. Bake them up till they're hard, and then you can just paint them with craft paint. So that's always a fun thing to do. We do that every year. And I also got a bunch of unfinished wooden nutcrackers. We're going to paint some of those. I love nutcrackers. I have a huge collection. So we're going to do that. We're going to go, they have a place here called the Playground. It's like a paint your own pottery place. So we're going to go there and paint something. We just try to make those memories, you know. And then, of course, a lot of people this time of year are thinking about things that they're thankful for. So I spend some time kind of doing some self-reflection and looking inward. This year has gone by so fast. This year was way different than I thought it would be. I know that towards the end of the year, there's always that list of words that we'll be happy to see go with the next year. Like, I'll be happy to get rid of the word allegedly. I think it is way overused and misused. I'll be glad to get rid of the word cap. I think that 50-year-old women should not be saying that. Let's see. Keep it cute. We can do without that. We can do without normalizing STDs. How about that? Let's everyone clean up their act for 2026. Get to those clinics. Get that shit cleared up, would ya? Oh, yes. We haven't gone to the glass blowing studio yet. there's just like so many little hidden things to do, We're going to go to the Rose Center for the Festival of Lights. I've done that like every Christmas since I was a little girl, except for the times where we moved away and I didn't live here. But we had those little traditions. You made ornaments when you were little. Yes. Every year before Christmas, well, at Christmas, like we let everyone open one present on Christmas Eve. And it's always the same thing. Everyone knows what they're getting on Christmas Eve, but everyone gets a special ornament that like represents their personality. Like my oldest daughter, she has some that are like dance related, and um, I think she's got like a pair of white Uggs, but it's always things that had to do with like her school or her hobbies, things like that. And same thing with Mini Me. Hers is always something she's into. And then my son's was usually like video game related or like his favorite foods. Like he loves hot dogs. So he has like a hot dog ornament. So everyone gets their special ornament on Christmas Eve and then they hang it on the tree. And then after Christmas, each kid has their own box. They pack away their ornaments. So that way, when they move out, they will have a tree full of ornaments already. So that's just our tradition. It's a lot harder when your kids are all grown up. It's easy when they're little. Yes. Gosh, they'll go back to school for a couple of weeks and then they'll be out for Christmas break. And here we have like a lot of random teacher work days and stuff like that. It seemed like last year they had a holiday every month, or they were out of school for a period of time every month. Yes, I love collecting Christmas ornaments, or especially like nutcrackers from different areas. I really am excessive when it comes to my Christmas decorations. Ugh. But it's my favorite time of year. Well, that and Halloween. I guess two completely different ends of the spectrum. I just realized that we had the state fair like a week ago. I didn't, that's how much I pay attention to what's going on. I haven't been to our state fair in years. It just got to where it's so freaking expensive. I mean, it's like $60 just to get into the fair. And the only way to really enjoy yourself while you're there is to get one of those ungodly priced wristbands. And then half the rides you go to, they're either closed because whoever's running the ride is either too doped up and can't operate it, or they're on break. And then you play the games, and it's going to cost you $20 to win a beta fish that's going to die in a week. It's not even beta fish anymore. It's like little minnows. They don't even give you goldfish anymore. It did not look appealing. I'm not sad that I missed it at all. It used to be so much fun. That used to be one of my favorite memories as a kid. We would go to the fair and they had like the livestock area. And I remember they had the baby ducks in this little like tub of water with a little slide, and they would go up the little ladder and they would slide down. And to 5-year-old me, that was the best thing ever. And then I know that I've told you guys, yeah, feeder goldfish. Oh man, we have brought home so many of those. But I know I've told you guys about the little monkey that they had at the state fair. And he had the little vest on. And all you had to do was like stand there and hold out a quarter. And he would walk up to you with his little soft monkey hand. And he would take the little quarter out and put it in his vest pocket. Oh, from that day, like the very first time I ever remember seeing that monkey, I wanted a pet monkey. And I remember my parents used to scare me and tell me that a monkey would turn on you and like rip your face off. And then there was that one movie about that monkey. What was that movie called? Project X or something like that, or that monkey went nutso. Hey, Sweet and Salty. And oh gosh, what was that dude's name in it? Matthew Broderick? It was an old movie. Oh, there's like something happening near my house. You guys hear all those sirens? It'll pass in a second. Riley. Oh my gosh, the sirens finally quit. Judah was like howling. He was going, oh, oh no, he didn't like that. Yes, we did have a monkey at our fair. Like, gosh, I remember seeing that monkey probably from the time I was about 4 or 5, probably till I was about 10. And he had a little hat, and his vest was like bedazzled. It was like a cute little circus monkey vest, but it had pockets, and he would put his money in there. And it was always quarters. He didn't care about pennies. He went straight for the quarters, which was a lot back in like in 1979. Oh, see, our fair does not have anything like that anymore. They don't have the ducks anymore. They have like the all the livestock, the cattle and stuff like that, because the 4-H clubs do their shows at the fair. But they don't have nearly as much stuff as they used to. And one of the last years we went to the fair, gosh, Minnie was little. She was young. She probably had to be about, she was a toddler, because they had like the little kid caterpillar roller coaster. And I remember we were on it, and the guy who was operating it kept falling asleep. He kept getting the nods. And we got off, and we saw a woman walking over, and I guess she complained because when we walked past the ride again, she was done talking to security, and they had that ride closed down. It was scary though. Yep, it's just a big money pit. You have to pay for parking, and like the way our fair is situated, it's like in a neighborhood. So all the houses along all the streets surrounding where the fair is, they charge people to park in front of their house. But then you pay to park in the parking lot, and you have to walk 5 miles to get to the gate, and then you pay to get in the gate, and it's nuts. I only care about the food. I only want one of those $85 funnel cakes. Planet of the Apes. I still do want a monkey. There's a cute little monkey that I watch on TikTok. Crap, what's her name? Gatlin. And she makes sweet tea. But the only thing I don't like about her making the sweet tea is after she stirs it up, she sticks her whole hand in there to taste it. She has no shame and she gets in everything. She loves mashed potatoes. She will go get in the mashed potatoes. She loves the Cool Whip, like the spray can. She will go in the refrigerator and get her Cool Whip out. I love watching that little monkey, but my dogs would not allow it. I'm trying to figure out how we can get Maggie May the little weenie dog. I want to find her a little saddle to put on Judah the pit. They just love each other. That is his buddy. Maggie May, his little buddy. I do love funnel cakes. I've tried to make them at home and they're good, but it's just not the same. It's just not the same. They just taste so much better coming off of a paper plate soaked in grease with 5 pounds of powdered sugar on them. And I would never make it like that for myself at home. Oh, I'll have to look up the Japanese monkeys in the hot springs. I wish, like, I remember when our state fair got, oh, it was when gangs started, like, really becoming a thing around here. I was in middle school. Yeah, I was probably in, like, 7th grade. And, like, gang activity was just, like, at an all-time high. And you would see all these stories on the news of people just like getting their necklaces yanked off their necks. And so my dad like kind of put the kibosh on us going to the fair for a couple of years. And then when I moved back here as an adult, we took our kids, but it's just not like it used to be. That's just what I need is another type of monkey that I'm trying to get. Because trust me, if I can find a way to get a monkey into this house, I probably would. Give me all the animals. I have never had a Dollywood funnel cake. They do not have monkeys that do that. Do they really? I'd be getting scrappy with a monkey. No necklace snatching. Yeah, it was nuts because, like, all that stuff just started happening out of nowhere. It was crazy. Plus, I just don't like going to the fair now because they just pressure you so much and they will follow you like 5 booths away to try to get you to play their ping pong game. I was good at throwing those darts at those balloons though. And I always won when it came to picking up those little ducks and winning a prize. Not really. You always got a prize if you picked up those little ducks. Crap, I'm going to be watching all kinds of monkey videos tonight while I'm decorating and stuff, prepping for the week. It's the weekend. That means I have to meal plan for the upcoming week and strategically plan my meals so that I don't end up with a lot of leftovers on top of Thanksgiving leftovers. Have you guys started cooking yet? I know some people cook for days. I do like a lot of prep work. I chop things all like tomorrow. I'll go do all my shopping tomorrow and then I'll probably spend tomorrow evening chopping and cutting. Yeah, that's how it is here too, Lickety. Like I'm always packing. I don't live in the best area. I mean, like on the outskirts of everything. So it's just like a melting pot for all different types. But then you have like your people who have lived in this area their entire lives. There's a lot of old money in this area. Yeah, I'm not gonna start actually cooking anything until Wednesday night. Normally, I'm always the one baking pecan pies, but this year I'm going to do something different. That's what I was watching before I went live. I was watching cooking videos, like holiday recipes, and I think I'm going to make pecan pie bars. That way I can just give some away too. But everyone, like each kid has their favorite kind of pie. So I really struggle with making sure everyone has something that they like. I think there's a possum at the end of my road, actually. I want to go to the pet store by you and buy a monkey. I could teach that monkey how to cook. Could be my little sous chef. If little Ratatouille can do it, my monkey could. When I was, my friends own a petting zoo. Well, they used to own a petting zoo. And the manager was on maternity leave, so I filled in there, and they had a baby kangaroo. Oh my gosh, that baby kangaroo. The only thing I didn't like is I had to change its diapers. But I had this pouch thing that I wore, and that kangaroo, it was like a little baby sling. And that kangaroo just rode on my back most of the day. And then I would take it out and let, like, if we had a birthday party going on or something, we would bring the little kangaroo out and let the kids pet it. Then we had baby goats. We would do goat yoga with the baby goats. That was always fun. And all we would do is, like, these poor women would be like in downward dog or something, and we would walk by and put treats on their back, and these little goats would get on their back. Those poor women probably hated us sometimes. But little baby goats, they are as smart as little doggies. You can train them to do just about anything. We had one, she almost didn't make it. Her name was Snowball. She was a runt, but I had her like doing all kinds of tricks. Yes, the rat was from France. That's true. They can cook just about anything. Oh, let's see. What else is going on? Not much, really. I mean, same old shit around YouTube. Bunch of people with lots of opinions about everything. People just running around not knowing what to do, sneaking on in the wee hours of the morning. I have family in Center, Texas, though. I haven't been there in a while. Chicken spaghetti sounds so good. I can't have pasta right now. But I will probably be eating some pasta up come January. Reese's cups. Oh, I'm hoping that bacon, all this sweet stuff and everything will be enough for me because I can't eat any of that stuff right now. I probably will indulge just a little bit because it's the holidays. Dessert is my favorite course. Somehow I ended up being on a cut throughout the holidays. I did not time it right. I think it's because over the summer, I switched, like, I shortened my cycles from 6 months to 3 months, and now I'm trying to get caught back up on a regular 6 month cycle, and here I am. And I saw them make this thing with Christmas tree cakes the other day, and I forget what it was. It was some kind of ice cream. It looked so good. Nor I would never just like eat a Christmas tree cake out of the box, but when they're like mixed in something, it looks so good. And I also saw a video where they put a Christmas tree cake in epoxy, and they've been showing like a time lapse video. I think it's up to, this is the third year, and it's starting to get a little green and fuzzy. So I don't know how Twinkies can last forever, but then you have like the Christmas tree cake, obviously cannot. It gets fuzzy. It's starting to look a little grinchy. I would totally do the carnivore diet if I could. Like, I've heard a lot of good success stories with it, and you do get a ton of protein that way. However, red meat is very hard to digest. But it's all about balance, right? Hey, Mark, you balance your red meat intake with like your lean white meats and stuff like that. And everything in moderation and balance. That's the key. You can be successful in any diet. I do love to eat vegetables though. Like, I don't know if I could do without my salad, or I love just eating raw vegetables. Like, I have a hard time getting 100 solid grams of protein in every day, and I should be at 130. But it's hard because you get burnt out on eating certain things. Like, I am not a huge fan of the egg in any way, shape, or form, but I force myself to eat them because I need the protein. And then you can sneak protein into just about anything. And then I do things like the little protein bites. It's good, like if you're craving something sweet, because I love peanut butter. And then I can use chocolate protein powder and steel cut oats and honey. And voila. Well, I don't know if I don't know if Nick's still here. I don't know if meat consumption has anything or any bearing on fibromyalgia. I know that if you don't eat meat, they make those supplements. They're called Primal Queen. Uh, it's it's not really good when you like read the ingredients. You'll be like, "Whoa," but it gives you a lot of things that your body needs. So maybe if you're not a meat eater, you can look into something like that. But that would definitely be a Nick question, probably. See, I'm a big fan of the carbs. I love a good carb. I love homemade bread. I love good pasta. But I think like my favorite pasta now I try to use is like the protein pasta or chickpea pasta. And then if that's not an option, I love the wheat pasta. This is like turning into a cooking show. I'm starting to get kind of hungry. Told you guys I didn't have anything planned to talk about. I mean, it gets really old. I had made the comment earlier to someone and said that I needed to venture out and find some new weirdos. Like, I think that we've all kind of gotten to the point where we're just burnt out on talking about the same old shit. Like, honestly, how many times can you keep going over the same stuff over and over again? And then you try to do something to just have a little bit of fun and laugh, and so the rotation was born, and people have an issue with that. Well, then you know what happens. People start expressing that they have an issue, And people just make it an even bigger thing, which is good. Like, we got a tour bus and everything. Well, not we. They have a tour bus. They're going on tour, bitches. Okay. Yes, Grubby, we could all use a break from that. But it's like so many people are just stuck on fucking repeat. And if they're not stuck on repeat, they're just stuck. And I still feel like nobody even remembers why they hate each other at this point. They just know that they hate each other. It's kind of silly. I mean, there's definitely people that have carved out a piece of my black heart, and I'm holding grudges against them. Like, people have done some jacked up things. But then the other people, they aren't even worth me getting bothered about. This year has flown by. So much has happened. I've seen so many sides of so many people, and so many have changed. Not always for the better. But at the end of the day, does any of this beautiful insanity really matter? I know that when I get off here in a few minutes, I'm not going to think twice about all this crap. It's just not worth it. I don't understand why people are so hell bent on just hanging on to these little nonsense things. Like, grow the fuck up. Oh, sugar is directly related. I love some sugar. I'm scrolling through the comments. Just imagine elevator music playing in your ear. I'm honestly probably about to wrap up. We haven't even been live an hour. I need to push it that hour. You guys can send me money if you want to. That's always appreciated. You don't have to. I love you all the same. This definitely doesn't pay the bills. I want to learn, Pindar, how to you ever since you talked about making pasta, like, I have wanted to learn, and I keep seeing things for pasta makers, and all I can do, though, I go back in my mind to that time that I thought I was going to be brave and make homemade pierogies. Whoo, that was a process, but I did it. I rolled out the dough myself. I boiled the potatoes. I mashed those suckers. I put just the right amount of cheese and onion in them. Ugh. But then I had to fold all those suckers up and crease the edges. Man, they were good. I will say they were good. Will I ever do it again? No. I absolutely will never, ever in a million years make homemade pierogies from scratch again. Oh, I wouldn't need one for linguine, huh? I could just roll that out and cut it with a little roller thing. Oh, thank you, Murder was the case. Yes, sugar, since I have been on this health thing, I didn't know that sugar was related to Alzheimer's because I didn't really get that far into it. It was just the basic things about sugar that, and plus the obvious things that we know it does to our body. And a lot of people don't stop and consider when they're looking at their sugar intake for the day. And I was guilty of that too. Because I used to think, well, I don't really put a lot of sugar in my coffee, and I'm not drinking like a lot of sweet tea or a lot of Pepsi. I had started cutting back on that stuff. But then you have to think about the sugar that's in like bread and things like that, the hidden sugars. They sneak that stuff in everywhere. Oh, you do? I love pierogies. I do. I'm not gonna lie. I get those frozen ones sometimes. Like, this used to be a lunch for me. I would get like a lean chicken breast and I would marinate it in like some lemon pepper stuff. And then I would pop it in the oven and I would eat two pierogies. But there's a certain way you have to cook them. You have to boil them a little bit first, and then you put them in the pan with just a little bit of olive oil, and you like brown them up a little bit so that they're kind of crispy on the outside. And I used to eat a chicken breast and two pierogies for lunch, and usually some asparagus or something like that for a green vegetable. Yep, it probably wasn't the best for me, but it kept me within my calorie range for the day, and it tasted good. Yep. There's lots of little details like sugars and things like that and like salt. I'm the type that I will add salt and pepper when I'm cooking, but once food hits my plate, I don't add any extra. I'm probably the most bland eater on the planet. Okay, we are at 56 minutes, and that's all I got. I appreciate those of you who stuck around and listened to me talk about absolutely nothing. Now you guys know what I'm going to be doing for the next week. You know that I want a monkey. You know that I love pierogies. What more could you ask for? So I am going to go find something to listen to. Someone go live. Prime go live. Prime go live. Prime go live. Someone go live so I have something to listen to while I'm cleaning and decorating. Because I'm dependent on YouTube for my entertainment. AC, go live. All right, everyone, have a safe and happy weekend. If I don't talk to you before Thanksgiving, which I probably will, who are we kidding? I'll see you somewhere. I hope all of you have a happy Thanksgiving. Remember what it's really all about. It's not this YouTube shit, I can tell you that much. Yes, I have Netflix. I have been watching The Last Kingdom for like the 7th time on Netflix. I love me some Viking shit. All right, everyone, I'm out of here. Have a great day. Love you. Bye.
My friends are heathens, take it slow. Wait for them to ask